All right, we are back live. Okay. Fixing a big glare over here. Monitor. Right. Yeah, so we did some gaming on Saturday night with two of my buddies, Rabbit Llama and Burls, old college friends. We did Boulder's Gate for a little bit, and then it was just too much for the time, so we kicked on over to Fortnite, which I haven't played in years. They're doing the Star Wars thing, so we're all Star Wars fans, so we figured it was pretty fun. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought. So, oh, I gotta fix some stuff here. So I was working a little bit on the weekend, a little. I didn't work a lot. Um, so I was setting up. I was just trying to decorate more. I got some of the light posts up. Um, yeah, I got some of the light posts. Ah, don't want to do. On this building. And then, oh, obviously, as you can see, I added more mountains. So we have mountains going across the whole side. So these were the original mountains right here. And then I added these, which I actually think these ones turned out a little bit better. Um, I like these ones really. I really do. I think these ones came out really well. Um, but it just gives a little bit of variety. Added some more trees. So we're kind of surrounded. I got to fix that area over here. Um, but yeah, so I think I might like extend some of this forest this way. Don't know for sure. But so we're surrounded by mountains like I talked about, and then like I said, we'll start building out the town here a little bit bigger, not too much bigger, but a little bit. So that cuts us down a lot. Um, Obviously, I'll probably adjust some of these mountains, but I think these ones came out really well. Then I painted them kind of the same. They were originally like green, and I actually kind of liked it, but I don't know how to get back to that. I'm just gonna find some different textures, but like I said, it's not really something we need to worry about right now. So yeah, so I was just doing a little work this weekend. I didn't do much. It was actually a really busy weekend. Like I said, Friday night, um, I had a concert I went to. It was awesome. Had a great time. And then Saturday night, well, Saturday was kind of busy through the day, and then Saturday night I streamed a little bit. Like sometimes you just need to take a break from from things. Actually, Saturday, most of Saturday morning and afternoon, I worked on. Actually, or writing a song. I just picked up a guitar on Saturday morning, and next thing I know, this song just like, sort of falling out. Um, so kind of cool. I need to do something about that. That bank's gonna stay there or not. I gotta start adding some more buildings. Oh, and by the way, I did find a Bye, have a good day. Love you. I found a couple of I got a bundle pack that was discounted off this other website that I um here it is, these ones. So let me put these in. Oops. Hold on here. Another. I have a folder specifically for this. So. Assets. Got. I think it was back in Christmas time. It was Christmas, and I got like there was a couple of packs, but I got a lot of 2D packs. But this one is another low poly. Oops. Maybe I have to do. We'll see if this is usable. Oh. Must have to bring them in one by one then. I don't have to like to do like a. I hope this isn't the exact same. I put those right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to import these in because that's not what I wanted. Anyway, so hopefully we can utilize these. Another low poly pack, which are great. Which we have that one. We got the one free one, and then we bought that one that was cheap on sale. So just trying to have some more options. Like I said, most of the city I think is good. We'll have to build out, a few here, some different types of things. We'll put a couple parking. Definitely have to have parking back here. That makes sense. Oh yeah, and you see, I started kind of outfitting the city hall. This is kind of like my main thing I'm working on right now. This is kind of the centerpiece of the whole kind of city town, I guess. So I was just working on here, trying to place trees and benches and just trying to make it look cool. And I put those little grass things down. I don't know why it's doing this here. It must be a shadow off the trees or something. Um, yeah, and then as you can see, I put the light posts up. Still, I don't know if this is how I'm going to do it. And then, yeah, there's light posts. And then we'll work on the square here. Um, and then we'll get, I don't, like I said, these roads, I don't know if I'm going to use these roads or if I'm going to use the roads that came with it because we can actually do sidewalks. And as you can tell, I put the sidewalk here in front. That makes it look a lot better. Um, and then, like I said, maybe somewhere over in here, we'll start filling in random houses and stuff. But yeah, the city's coming along. Looking really cool. We're in the mountains like I want it. And like I said, this side came out really good, I think. I'm gonna adjust this here a little bit. I think I'm gonna maybe bring like a couple up here because as you can tell, to match these peaks, I think it needs to be like one more here. And then we added forest. Like I said, I think this over here might be more of a forest coming into the city. kind of what we want here is this, like, we're kind of like a mountain city. We might need to put a little more hills out in here, like just kind of fade them in. But it's kind of what the ideal was. It's like this is a kind of standalone little thing, and putting those mountains like we did freed up, kind of cut a lot of space down. So now I have a lot of room to work with here, figure out what I want to do. We might be able to put like a body of water. Who knows? We just want to get. I just want to get too into it. Building more of the world than the game. But we have to. I mean, like I said, most of the game is just going to be right here, unless I extend it. I don't know. We might just do this. I don't know yet. I think this is a lot, but it would be nice to be able to go down the roads here, maybe place some power ups and stuff. Different spawn points. I don't know. Like I said, we can have fun with it, but for right now, I'm just concentrating on what we got here. Um, might put one more road. Roads going this way and this way or something. I don't know. We'll think. We'll have to think it out. But yeah, we're coming along pretty well. City Hall's looking good. So glad we found that because that's exactly what I was looking for. I was like, man, if I have to make that in Blender, which would be cool, but we need to utilize most of the assets. Basically the whole thing is we need to complete this and finish it. And that's what I need to do. Bother me. Yeah, figure the. And I have to figure out these shaders and everything. That's another thing. Actually, that bank should be on a corner. Maybe. I don't know if I like that building, that fried chicken, but like I said, the way the camera face, I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference or big deal here. This one looks kind of out of place, this building. So maybe we need to do like another building or something. Just looks random. I don't know. Well, not getting too hung up on that. So let's finish what I started over here. Working on so these aren't like exactly perfect. Um, these sidewalks will work. Like this road will work. Definitely. It's just the pack that we got has some cooler things that we can utilize. Just don't want to have to redo all these roads again. Because then we can put stuff here and then, well, actually we can probably just do that anyway. Hold on, let me see something here. I need to copy that, paste it, bring it over this way. Let's see if we can utilize that. Not really gonna matter. I don't know. We'll see, because then we can finesse these a little bit better, I think. Make it look a little more realistic, I mean, I guess. And then I got these things. I was trying to figure out how I was going to make these paths work. Um, that's a whole nother beast. But we'll get into that later. So yeah, I found these little plants. I thought that kind of accented it pretty cool. The benches here. Bring that one up maybe. I think we need maybe a couple more trees maybe. Because one thing I noticed, like, there's a lot of trees sometimes. Because, like, you know, shade for the bench, I guess that makes sense. There we go. That one we'll put. There we go. Perfect. And that's the thing too. We can put some trees in the square here. It would be nice to like get littler trees and like put along the road or something, but I don't know. We'll see. We got to do stoplights. That's another thing. We have the stoplights that we can do. Once we put those in, that'll be pretty cool. We need to get a flagpole or something, monuments or something up in here. I don't think I saw any in that pack. And see, we got some of these buildings here. We, you know, for houses we can use out in the distance. Ooh, this might be a little interesting building we can use. I think I might use this one here. Yeah. Other than that trendy gift shop, I don't really. Find one more similar to that. That's the variety store. We've used that. Use that building? Did over there. Those two, okay. That building there is too. So why don't we just. Yeah, this building, I don't know. This one might need to. Might need to put that somewhere else. Oh, it's trendy gift shops, not like that. Cool, it's coming together. Oh, we have two of these fried chickens. We're gonna have to do something over here. Hey, Bit. Yeah, we're making some progress. I worked a little off stream here and there. Not too much though, but yeah. Done a little bit. How are you doing? That's good. Yeah, I saw you come in here the other day. You said hey, and then I. Oh, okay. Microsoft. Yeah, that stuff's always fun. You came in and you said, "Hey, what's up?" And I was talking, and I figured you were probably working on something. You probably just had me on in the background. Yeah. No, no worries, no worries. Like I said, I appreciate even if you have it on in the background, whatever. I appreciate it. I understand people are busy, and sometimes like I focus and I forget chats there. Oh God, yeah. Microsoft decided to do a Windows update and it crashed, and oh my God, dude. Yeah, that sucks. That stuff sucks when your stuff goes down. I've had it happen. Like I said, if I don't remember if I was talking to you about it, but like I finally fixed my freaking issue with my fans and everything with the Corsair. I hate, oh God, that Corsair software you have to run because I have Corsair fans because I built this computer like 4 years ago or whatever, and at the time Corsair was still okay. No, 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 on my PC back here. My Mac, I mean, that's why I'm a Mac user because you don't really have to mess with stuff. Like it just works for the most part. I mean, I've run into issues here and there, obviously, but not as much as Windows, man. Windows just, yeah. But yeah, I finally fixed. I had to go into basically Windows. I had to go into like what is it? You know, like go into the folders. Like it's like a special command. I can't remember the command. You have to do these commands to go into these certain folders to delete the folders and all that crap. So I had to get rid of the old software of Corsair, clean out my system, and then reinstall everything, and then it just worked fine. So far, it's all good. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really get into all that. Like I just use what works for me, and I've been a Mac user for oh god, since 2008, so a long time. And I'm just in the I'm in the ecosystem, so it's hard to get out. I have an iPhone. The reason I like it is because it just works. All my stuff syncs, and you know what I mean. Like I'm past that phase of my life where I want to like tinker with crap, and it's like I just want my stuff to work so I can do what I want to do. If I want to create music or work on this stuff, I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. It's not the same when the Apple I fell in love with, and why I became an Apple user is the company is not. It's not the same. I mean, Jobs is not around anymore, which is you know one of the reasons. But anyway, I mean, I like both. I have a Windows machine right there. I have my Mac, and I use them both. So I don't have any bias because I was actually a Windows user longer. I started using Windows in 97, 96, 97. So long time. I actually couldn't stand Apple. I remember it was what was it, OS 9, I think. We had them in our computer labs. We got, remember when they came out with the iMac, the colored iMacs. They were green and like 99 or something. We had those in our computer lab at high school, and I remember having, and they had the freaking puck mouse. And I was like, oh God, what are these things? These are horrible. And then in my college, we had a Mac lab I had to use, and I think that was OS 9 or what, one of the before OS 10, and it was horrible. And but then once I saw, I think it was Leopard. I think it was Leopard. Because at the time, the reason I switched from Windows to Mac was Windows Vista. So yeah, enough said. If anybody remembers Windows Vista, like I just couldn't get it to work. I had a laptop and I had Vista on it. I mean, I liked Vista. Okay, yeah, Linux. Yeah. I've tried to get on like all that stuff, and it's just like I'm not a tinkerer. I know you are, so you like that stuff. But I was when I was younger. Like it was fun, but then like when you get older and like I just want to work and I want to do stuff. Like I don't want to have to tinker with my stuff to make it work. If that makes any sense. But I respect people that do. It's just not where I want to be right now. I gotta clean up freaking the inspector here. Jesus, this is getting out of control. We'll clean that all up here in a little bit. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, we're talking like when I experimented with that stuff was like in the 2000s. You know, we're talking like 15, yeah, probably like 2006, 7, like right before I became a Mac user. I experimented with it, but yeah, like it's probably come a long way since then. Like I've tried, man. I've tried switching. Like I did when I built my second PC here. I was like, I'm just gonna go all Windows because I was on Windows every day. I used for work. I used to use a Windows machine. So yeah, yeah, yep. That's the problem you run into. Like if you have like certain things that you use, and then like Ubuntu and all these things don't have it, and then you fight with it all the time. It's like, oh god. But yeah, I mean, I tried to do just Windows all the time, and it's like I like certain things because it was Windows 10, I think, or Windows 11. I was pretty impressed with, and I think it's Windows 11 now or 12. I don't even know. Um, I was like, okay, man, they've making some great strides here. Like I'm really digging this, but I just miss certain features on the Mac that I like. You know, that I know Windows has a lot of the features that Mac has now, like the different windows and you can place things and all. It's pretty cool on Windows actually, but it's just a workflow thing for me. Like all my stuff syncs. Like I can access certain things on my phone, my iPad, on stuff like that. So I don't. I just like it. Dude, this spam stuff's getting out of control. Okay. You can in Ubuntu you can select install NVIDIA drivers by itself. Okay. That's cool. Like I said, yeah. When I experiment with all that stuff, it was like you had to like load, you had to do it, manually, and you had to do all this stuff, and I was like, oh man, this is a lot of work. Yeah, that bank. I don't know. We need to figure out where we're gonna put that bank. I think we need to put it on a corner. All right, I gotta remember where I left off or what I was working on. Got my picture here. Yeah, see, they have like little monuments and stuff like that. I'm just using this as a reference. I live this square right here that comes up. I live like literally like 15 minutes from here. Okay. Let's see. Like for me, easier to set up Linux than Windows because Windows you have all the right. You have all these settings to change, things to download. Yep, correct. Yeah, on Linux you can just run through. Yep. No, that's what I've always heard. Like people that love Linux and all that stuff. I used to when I just got out of college. One of my first jobs was tech support, and I worked with like, a bunch of computer people, like real computer people, like that knew all the command lines and stuff. Like I didn't at the time. I still don't really, but they were hardcore, and they were just like, dude, you need this. They would give me all the on Bluetooth, like, here, use this, use that, use this. Hey, bud. Um, and I tried, and I was like, I'm just not that kind of person. You have this, okay? You have downloads to store. That's cool. So they have a store now. Cool. I'll check it out. I mean, I think my dog might have to go out. Here we go. This is gonna be a good reference right there. Oh, that's perfect. Actually, okay. So this square right here, I'm pretty sure this is the one. This is Medina. Yeah, it is because I can tell by the buildings. So I live like literally. No, bud. That's not you. For you. No, bud. Get down. Get down, buddy. Get down. And it's a really famous. Like this is a really popular place here in America. Um, yeah, Medina, Ohio. I don't live. I live like 15, 20 minutes from here. Okay, bud. Get out of here. Okay, I think he has to go outside. I'm sorry. Yeah, right. I agree with you. It's literally been 15, probably 15, 16 years since I've tried it. So, and it sounds like it's changed for the better, compared to like what it was back then. Because back then it was like you had to get it on a CD and then, do all that stuff. All right, I'll be right back. Come on. All right, we're back. I made tea, so I got that out of the way. All right. All right. We're definitely going to use that for reference. Yep. So this is the town I live by, and this is one of my references for actually using it as a city. This and Hill Valley from Back to the Future. Because this I can actually drive to and see it, in person. So see how this is exactly what I was going to go for. I have the monument now, but we might do something like this. This really helps a lot. Okay, cool. But I wanted like that type of city hall, which we got. But when I wanted to do something like this in the middle, cool. Let's see if we got any other examples here. But the one thing I do notice about like these types of squares and stuff is like the buildings are stacked next to each other, like really close together. The game is still iffy on it, but something that you can do without much hassle. Some games still work. They might run poorly, but damn, there's some games on Linux that just got. Wow, that's nice. I mean, I'm not a huge gamer per se. I mean, I used to. I just like finding time to game. Like I game Saturday night with a bunch of buddies, and it's like, does Steam work on it? I wonder if Steam. I'm sure Steam works on Linux. It's got to. It would make sense that it would. Let's see. I did use Linux for a while, but Steam works. I figured it would. Yeah. So that's what I usually use Steam. So anything on Steam, that's what I play because I just like Steam and it works. Here we go. On Ubuntu. Looking it up real quick. Available for download. I'm sure it's come a long way since the last time I used it. Can't remember the other version I had a couple of flavors of Linux, and I remember on Ubuntu I had that one. Ubuntu, I had that one, and God, what was the other one? Oh man, I don't remember now. It's been so long. Was it Red Hat? I think it was Red Hat. Pretty sure. I heard of that one, Debian. Yeah, I've heard of that. Red Hat? Yeah, Red Hat. I think it was Red Hat. Because the company, yeah, Red Hat, yeah. Yeah, it was Red Hat, because I'm looking it up right here. Because the company I worked for at the time, I think used it for some of their stuff. And like I said, the guy that I worked with, he was like really into Linux, like hardcore. Yep, Fedora. Yep, there we go. Yep, you're naming them now. I remember. Yeah, Fedora. I think at the time Fedora was like just coming up at the time, or I don't remember. But yeah, so I've heard of all these, and like I said, he was a Linux guy, and he was like, "You got to use this. You should use this. You should use that." And because for IT, he was like very IT. He would go into like all the stuff because I worked at an internet company, so they had to like pipe into all this stuff, all this stuff. Like I still remember some of the things, and he's like, "You got to use Linux." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Sure." But yeah, so Red Hat, Fedora, I've heard of all those Ubuntu, but I think I had Ubuntu because he says because I think that one was like the easiest to like kind of get into. Um, but back in the day, like on a Mac, you could do Boot Camp. I think they still have it. it's not as easy as it was back then. Um, but yeah, you could dual boot, you could do Mac, you could do Windows. I think you could do Linux too on boot camp, if I remember correctly. Dude, this is stuff like 15 years ago, so I got to remember, and it's been a long time since I've thought like that. That was when I was younger, my younger days, where like I like to experiment and do that stuff. Now I just like I just want to work, I want to get this done. But I respect people that can use that stuff and understand it, and I'm sure if I messed with it and monkeyed with it long enough, I could get there too. It's just my patience is not like it used to be when it comes to tech. Because a lot of it's like software. Like if you use specific software for certain things, like that's where you can find your problems, like it not working correctly. Gotta fix that over there. But maybe now, like you said, maybe a lot of that stuff has gotten better. Like a little hack here, we can just like do that, make this a lot easier and a lot quicker. I don't know if I want to do this all the way down. I do like these roads though. I don't know if I can change them. What you may like is that Unity works. Yeah, yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've seen that. No, I know. It's like I said, I'll take a look at it. It's just like I said, one of those things. It's like I haven't thought about it in so long. And like you said, if it's gotten better, it's a lot easier now than it used to be. Who knows? I might end up liking it. I mean, OS 10 is a variety. I think a variant of Unix, the undercore of it. I don't know if it still is, but I know a lot of people that were hardcore Linux users would be like, "Well, yeah, Max, it is a Unix based, but yeah, Unix based, but it's not the same." You know what I mean? So I get it. All right, that's looking pretty good. Gotta figure out what's this? What's going on? It's the shadows, I think. Yeah, it's the shadows from those trees. It's close. Yeah, I've messed with the terminal. I've gotten into terminal and tried to learn some of that stuff, but man, it's just the command stuff. It's just it's like why? But I get the power of it. Unix and Linux are close brother. Yep. Well, isn't Linux from Unix? Was Unix first or Linux? Hold on. Dude, you're asking. I'm thinking of things I haven't thought about in years. Yeah, Unix. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, 71. Mac OS is 2001. Yeah, because that's when they came out with OS 10, I think. Ubuntu was 2004. So yeah, Ubuntu when I first used it was, let's see, it was 3 years old when I first used it. So so it's probably improved so much. And then came Linux, which is Unix like. Right. Yeah, so Ubuntu, yeah, so it was fairly new when I first used it for the first time. First unofficial Ubuntu release was version 4.10, codenamed the Warty Warhog, which launched in October 2004. Wow. Yeah, I don't even remember what version it was. It would have been. So they're on version 25. Wow. So yeah, I was probably on version 5, probably 4 or 5. I don't know. Let me see. Ubuntu version history. Yeah, so it was probably 5.10. Maybe 6.06. Dapper. 24.10. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Ubuntu release timeline. 2007. So it might have been 5.10, which was breezy. I don't remember if it was on Ubuntu 6 because that would have been a big thing. But I remember Fedora. When did Fedora come out? Let's see. 5.10 was released on October 2005. 6 was so actually it might have been on Ubuntu 6. Actually, yeah, there's a screenshot here. Well, maybe it was okay. Ubuntu 7 was released on April 2007. Actually, it might have been that one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at the screenshots. I'm like, yeah, these look very familiar. It looks like Windows and Mac kind of thrown together. Like the best things of both. At least back then. Let me see what it looks like now. Oh wow, it started getting really cool looking. 13. All right, so we're on 20. You're on 24.10. Here's 25. Plucky Puffin. Okay, there's 24.10. Yeah, this looks nice. I like it. I like that. It's very nice and clean, which I like. That's why I like Mac too, as well. Because Mac is very nice and clean. Like Windows, dude. Windows desktop by default, like everything goes on your desktop. And I can't stand that. 2003 was the launch for Fedora. Okay. No, yeah. I know I like it. It looks very Mac-like. Um, I don't know about the dock or whatever they call it. On the left. I've tried that on Mac, like having it different. I just like it in the center because I'm just so used to it. But no, I like the icons. I like how clean it is. Very clean. Definitely. Cool. 25.4 Plucky Puffin was released in April. Wow. So that was just last month. Okay, so it includes a notification grouping, well-being, a screen time limit, limits management, battery charge limits. With this GK4 fork papers. Okay, document viewer. JPEG. Okay. God, Mozilla. Wow, I haven't heard that in a long time. Dude, I used to use before. I think it was before it became Firefox. When did it was just called Mozilla, I think. Jesus, that was a long time ago. That was back because like back then, IE sucked so bad. So like Firefox came out, and I remember using it. I was a huge. I actually used to have a Firefox T-shirt, man. Linux can make it look like okay. It can be moved, by the way. It's open source. Yeah. That's what I figured. That's the thing why people like it, because if like you're a tinker, you like to customize stuff. Like I do kind of. Like that's one thing about me. Like I have to have like a baseline, you know what I mean? And then like I sometimes like to default away from it. But most of the time, like I'm not a big. Yeah, yeah, I figured that. You know, I'm just not a big you know what I mean? I just like clean, man. I don't like things getting in my way. And that's why I like Mac so much. Because like when you look at the
It's
Mac
11
interface, it's
o'clock.
very clean. You know, I don't have all this crap all over the place. I just like very streamlined, clean stuff. And for me, a Mac, I like the Mac aesthetics. I used to. I mean, they've changed a lot over the years. Okay. No, I know. I've seen it and like I just looked at it and it looks very Mac. So I dig it. Like for me, like Unity, it's very it's just a lot going on. Like especially the inspector. For me, I don't like all this stuff, all these buttons and all this stuff. Like that's why I don't like Windows. Because Windows, it's like there's 50 ways that you can approach something. You know, I like I don't like being in a you know what I mean. Like I like being in a box, but I like to be able to break out of the box too. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to explain. Like I know some people just like hate being in a box. Like they have to be, you know, they have to like be able to customize everything. Like I get that. I'm not that person. You can gnome to plasma to okay. Like I'm saying, it's like most of the time I don't want to mess with anything. Like I like to customize it here and there, but other than that, I don't want things to get in my way. I just want to work. I just want to get into my thing and work. I'll try it out. I'll give it a shot. Desktop interfaces. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that you can customize. That's the one thing about those like Linux and stuff is because it's very customizable. You can make it exactly the way you want. You could skin it and GNOME. Yeah, I remember that GNOME. Yeah. It's coming back. These terms that you're throwing out, I remember. It's starting to I'm starting to dig back in the old database. Like I remember because I used to have it. I had Ubuntu and I used to run it for a while. I don't remember why I stopped. I can't. I think because at the time it was so new. Like a lot of my programs and applications I used didn't work. You know what I mean? But like you said, now it's probably there's probably way more support. Um, the second most liked desktop interface is KDE Plasma. Okay, here let's look it up real quick. Boom. Okay. Lucky Puffin. It's like my friends like some people love Android over iOS. I had the one of the first Android phones. I liked it. It's just at the time the phone wasn't good enough to support the OS. And back then I was a huge Apple fan. I mean, I'm still am a fanboy. Like I'll admit it. I'm a fanboy, but not as much as I was back then. Like I'm not ashamed to say what I'm a fanboy. Okay, thousand. Okay, so Blender works. Nice. Blender works. Cool. Spotify, Visual Code, Studio Code, Firefox. This looks familiar. I don't remember what this is. What is that? Oh, okay. Slian. I've never heard of that, but that dude, that's like straight out of is that's Mac, dude? Or somebody must have. So it's very code. People that like to code. No, I get that. I get that. And I get that. Not a lot of people can afford Apple. Like even me, like sometimes Apple's expensive and I probably shouldn't buy it. But like I said, I run I'm not like one to get the latest and greatest. I just now upgraded my Mac. I had the same MacBook Pro, God, for years. Because that's the thing, you can get years out of this stuff. I ran the same. I had the trash can Mac. 2013. I bought it refurbished, and a lot of the Mac stuff I do buy is refurbished for the most part. Like this is the first time I ever bought a brand new MacBook Pro. Like normally I buy refurbished because you can get it discounted and they're like brand new. I mean, they're like literally like brand new from Apple, even though they're refurbished. But you save a lot of money. Um, but yeah, I just updated my MacBook Pro, and I literally ran. I had the cheese grater Mac for like 4 or 5 years. Then I got the trash can Mac. The black one looks like a trash can, Mac Pro. I had that, and I ran that thing for literally probably, oh God, I would say probably 5 to 6, 7 years. I ran that thing. I literally ran that for 7 years, I think, and then I finally upgraded to a MacBook Pro in 2020, and then I traded that in to upgrade to the it's not the newest MacBook Pro, but it's a M3. I'm telling you, once they went to the M chips, when Apple went away with an Intel chips and they're building their own chips, dude, they're insane. Okay, look at the ribbon. I might have scrolled too fast. Here, we'll watch that video real quick. No, I like everything I see so far. Looks very Mac. I mean, it really does. And a lot of the applications I use run on here. Steam, Blender, Visual Studio Code, and you said Unity. I like it. I mean, I do like it. I like their design choices too. Oh, that's probably for Blender, yeah. I still haven't dove into Blender yet, but I will. I'm excited. But I know like once I open it up and I get into it, I'm going to be like obsessed on it. And then the game, we're going to stop development on the game. So I'm waiting to do that all at the end. No, I like I said, I like the way it looks. It's definitely something it hits those buttons for me. It really does. Um, I might install it on my maybe my gaming PC or something. I don't have an extra. I only have two computers right now. I have a third computer, but my wife's using it for work. She's gonna get a Mac Mini for her business, and then she'll bring the game. It's my first gaming PC. We still runs. Maybe I can install it on there when she brings it back. Cool. No, it black. Oh, sorry, black ribbon at the top. Crap. Okay. Okay. You said okay. Look up there in the ribbon. Click on flavors. Okay. There we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. In Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Jesus, man. Some of these names are hard to pronounce. Kubuntu. There we go. Ubuntu. Which one? Those are all the flavors? Okay. Yeah, see, that one looks very Windows. I don't really like that. I like this one. It's very Windows. That's very Windows. This one's good. This one looks really good. The Ubuntu. Okay, education. That makes sense. I got some people that might actually could use that. They're in the education world. Budgie. Cinnamon. That's very Windows. Ugh. This one's not too bad. I like that one. The look of that one. This is very Windows 7. Okay, studio. Content creation, that makes sense. This one would probably more this would be more right here. Ubuntu Studio, because I'm a musician. Yeah. This one would be probably my ideal one right here. Yeah. What do they run? Is that I don't know what that is. That run Logic, that's the thing. I've used Cubase. I bet you Cubase works on this probably really well. Oh, was it FL Studio? No. But yeah, this one would probably be mine. I'm sure Cubase probably runs on Ubuntu. I guarantee it does. I've heard of this one. I've heard of that one. Stable, light. This is probably one I would like too. Easy to install on Windows and Mac. Cool. I could run it alongside on my Mac. That's cool. I don't think I'm gonna try it right now, but I will definitely try it. I might do it on my gaming PC. I'm gonna try out that studio one. What's it called? Right here, Ubuntu Studio. See what that's like. No, yeah, I know that. I mean, like I said, back in the day, 15, 16, 17, 18, I can't remember now. It was a long time ago. I experimented with Linux. I had Red Hat, I had Fedora, and I had Ubuntu, and I liked Ubuntu. I had it, and I remember using it. So I like that one out of the other ones. But definitely this one would probably be right in my wheelhouse, Ubuntu Studio. Because it's kind of the things I'm into. You know, I'm more musician, obviously trying to code now. This one actually isn't too bad. Cinnamon. What's this one? Full set applications, office, graphics, photography. Okay, this one does this too, Kubuntu. That to me, that looks very Windowsy. I don't mind Windows, like I said. I don't really mind. I'm used to both because I've used both for so many damn years. But like the way my brain thinks, Ardu is also the app. Oh, okay. Oh, for the music production stuff. Arbdor. Okay, let me look that up. I want to see what it has. Oh yeah, digital auto work is okay. Cool. Looks very Cubase. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh wow. Yeah, it's got okay. That's cool. It's got that. Oh, it's got a video timeline. That's nice. That helps if you're composing to picture. All Ubuntu versions can run the same attributes. Okay, I see. Cool. And this is so cool because like this is open source, right? Oh, you can do it on Mac too. That's the thing is like, you got to make sure your audio interfaces will run with it though. That's the problem. I have a Focusrite. I'm sure they support Focusrite because a lot of people have Focusrite. Okay, yeah, but I mean that's what's so cool is like it's open source, dude, and like people can you know what I mean? Like you could program and get stuff for it, which is cool. Like Blender, open source. I remember when Blender like was like a nothing software. Like it was like, oh, that's just open source because back then it was Maya. I think Maya was the Maya and a 3D Studio Max were like the big 3D modeling softwares back then. And they cost like so much money. And I remember Blender was the upper comer. Now, like, look at Blender. Blender is like huge. It's like everybody uses Blender. It's amazing. All right, here's the plugins that come with it. It's so cool, man, that this stuff is available. Got piano, nice. I got all your basic VSTs. Cool. No, you can have as many tracks, buses. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this out, man. This is cool. Thanks for showing me. It's also like, I'm so used to Logic. I've used Cubase too. I've switched back and forth from Cubase and Logic. Like I tried to go all Windows because like I said, I built this machine in 2021, so 4 years ago, and I maxed this bad boy out. I have like an i9 in there. At the time, this was like top of the line stuff. It was an i9 processor. I have 64 gigabytes of RAM because I was gonna, for when you do music production, you need a lot of RAM for the VSTs. So at the time, I was stacking that bad boy up because I was gonna switch to Windows and go Cubase, and I just missed my Mac. You just run the default Ubuntu install. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So it's like modular. You can you can put in what you need and take out if you don't. That's cool. Like I like that. It's like if I don't need this stuff, I don't want it installed because it's going to take up all this crap. That's the thing about Windows. Like you have to install this stuff by default, and it's like, oh Jesus, I don't want that. Oh wow, you can do a modular setup, configure your system in different ways. One machine does all the video decoding. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. But it just comes down to like all the stuff you use, is it supported? That's basically what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's like all the VSTs and all the things that I would use, can I run them in this thing? If you can't, then that's a problem. And I think that's what stops a lot of people from doing it. What I also say is to go to Pro, check out some games. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. Actually, dude, oh, I'm so stupid. I have a Steam Deck, and that's right, it runs Linux. I forgot. Jesus. So I do have a Linux machine. It's my Steam Deck. I totally forgot, dude. Yep. Yeah, I have it. And I've booted up in like I forgot I can use my Steam Deck like a computer. I forgot. Jesus. Yeah, I can hook that up to a keyboard and mouse, and I can run that Linux version. Totally forgot. Totally forgot. Vampire Survivors. Cool. Left 4 Dead. Rotato. Yeah, these are 2 games I need to play to do research on the game I'm building. Because my game's kind of based off of these style of games, the roguelike. Proton. Yeah, Proton. I've heard of this. Yep, Valve. Yep. But yeah, I have a Steam Deck, so. Fortran. I'll start. Yeah, of course these are on there. That's a good game. Subnautica's good. I enjoyed that. Oh, Red Dead. Vision, Halo. Yeah, it's like all the popular games. Skyrim. This was good. I had fun playing that one years ago. Doom. Portal. Cuphead. I need to play this. Cuphead. Like thousands of games. That's pretty cool. Oh, this was fun. This game was really cool. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. Hitman. Yeah, it's like all the popular games. That makes sense. If they're on Steam, I'm guessing they'll. Ooh, that was man. This was an experience. I still need to finish this in VR. I played like I think it came out during COVID. I played it for so long, and then I just like I can't remember why I stopped playing it. That was that was cool. This is the best, probably one of the best VR experiences I've had to date, besides Google Maps. Cool. No, that's cool. Yeah, VR. Yeah, I have well back in I had well, I still have it. I have the before Meta bought 'em, Oculus Rift. I had an Oculus Rift S, and then now I have a Meta Quest 3. I wish I used just for Beat Saber. But the coolest experience I've had on VR was Half Life Alex, and for me, Google Maps or Google Earth or whatever, Google Earth, sorry, and VR is the coolest thing ever. Like you can do Street View, it's amazing. Like during COVID, because we couldn't travel, we couldn't go anywhere. Like I jumped into Google Earth, man, and I would just go explore, and like I felt like I was there. You know what I mean? It was like it was the coolest experiment. All right, I'll be right back. Gotta hit the restroom real quick. You said you have a. Yes, I do. Oh, dude, it's the coolest thing. I wish I utilized it a little bit more. But like it's literally PC gaming on the go. And right now I have the older one, so they have the OLED one. I would definitely get the OLED screen one. But I think you can like for you as a tinkerer, you can tinker with it and mod it and do all sorts of. But it's the coolest thing, man, because you can get the dock for it, and then you can hook it up to a TV. So like you could play your Steam Deck on the TV. Freaking. So it's like basically playing computer games without a big ass PC. And it plays pretty well. I mean, it plays a pretty cool amount of games, even if it's not verified. Um, you can still play them on there, but they might not work as well. But I love it, man. Especially if you travel a lot and if you just want gaming on the go. Like if sometimes I'll be in bed and I'll just sit there and play my Steam Deck. The control, like you could hook up a controller and play. You know what I mean? But yeah, like it's kind of big and wonky, and if you're playing like this after a while, it does hurt your arms. Like if you're sitting here playing the game for a extended period of time, like I do get pain in my arms, but I love it, man. It's one of the best gaming outside the Switch, um, because it's got that thing that you could do more than just be a handheld. Like you can literally plug it into your TV, with the dock and all that stuff. So I love it. I played I normally play like quick games. You know what I mean? Like just like little games, like not like first person shooters, but just like just I played Plucky Squire on there, had blast. So it's like games like that, you know what I mean? Just like simple little games. I played Heavy Rain on it, which was cool. Um, what else did I play? I can't remember now. I've played, but yeah, dude. If you're totally down, I would totally get one. They're not that expensive. Wait, I think I got mine when they went on sale, and I know Steam or Valve like will just randomly put them on sale. Definitely, I think I got mine for like half the price of what I paid, what you're supposed to pay for it, because they went on sale. So definitely wait for them to go on sale and pick one up. Like I think it's, I mean, I would pay full price for one, but I'm just saying I got mine on sale, and I know they do it pretty frequently. So I'd wait till they have a sale on them, and then I would definitely pick up one of the OLEDs, definitely, because I have the Switch, the OLED Switch, and the screen is so much better, really clean and all that. So I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. Be right back. All right, back. Somebody was at the door. All right. But yeah, it definitely Steam Deck, man. I love it. It's the coolest thing. Especially for on the go. Like it's just on the go gaming. You just it's so cool. Because you can literally play freaking PC games on the go. It's just freaking cool. But definitely wait for a sale. All right. Okay. Well, let's try to get back into this. Let's see. How much is the Steam Deck going for now? How did I do that? Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, so can't remember if I think I have 5 at the time. It was 512. Yeah, so but it wasn't OLED. I have the LCD screen. Um, yeah, but see they've updated. Yeah, the screen size is a little bigger. Refresh rate's better. Yeah, so everything's a little bit better. I would definitely wait for this thing to go on sale. I would probably, well, now they do a terabyte. I don't think they did terabyte when I bought one. Right here, this thing, get this. I mean, basically you can hook it up like it's a computer, man. But yeah, definitely, yeah, basically console. I would definitely say it is, but yeah, this is the one I have. But yeah, I definitely would wait when it goes on. I mean, when I bought it, they were like trying to sell these things, so they were marking it down a lot. I don't know if they still mark it down a lot. I'd probably go with that one. And the thing is, you can also get memory cards and slip in there, so like you don't have to put all your games on just here. You can get like a 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte memory card and put all your games on there. So that's a really cool thing. You can do that. All right. I think I have what do I have? A micro. I think you can do micro SD card. Yeah. So I have a 256. I thought I had more. I think at the time when I bought it, like micro SD cards for like a lot of were expensive. So I'm sure they've come down in price since then. Like I said, I can't remember when I bought this. I think I bought this like 2 or 3 years ago, right when it first came out. And then they marked it down. The first time they marked it down, I jumped on it. Yeah, this thing is cool, man. I love this thing. It reminds me of the old Sega Game Gear back in the day. All right, so let's see. I think I'm gonna start building, just putting some buildings over here for now. We got We're using this over. Houses here. I think, do I have, okay, yeah, here's the other one. This one's a lot more modular. I want to see what this looks like for. Hold on here. Oh, not that one. Ah. I mean, it's cool that this stuff's modular, but man, you gotta like really get in. Whoops. To get in there. Is this? Wait a minute. That's it there. I want to see how tall this is. That might be a little too big. It might be a little too much. For right there. That building. Let's see what these ones look like. Like, I don't want to put too many apartment buildings, but kind of need something. You start thinking about parking lots too. I think we'll start over at City Hall. I want to see what these will look like. Where? Pretty sure we had parking lot. Props. Maybe it was in the props. Meter. Yeah, here's all the street signs. It's not this one. Can't remember where it was. traffic lights. I don't think it was the traffic lights in here that were cool. It was the other one. Another pack. And where was... Damn, I can't remember what pack it was. Oh, here we go. Maybe it's down here. I swear we had parking lot. One of these. We can actually put sidewalks. Okay, so here's a concrete tile. Small. There's some of these. Oh, we got wastebasket. Definitely need. Swear to God, there was parking lot. I was like, oh yeah, we can do this. It's here. Maybe it's in here. Parking meter, park bench. It's in here. Oh, so this is... Okay, these are parking spaces, which we can utilize for on the road. Definitely have to do that. What we'll have to do is we'll have... yeah, this is a lot of work. We have to use these roads for that. If we're going to do parking in the square, which there is parking usually. Crossing. I swear to God, they had parking. Maybe not. Parking signs. Huh. Maybe. Parking check. I could have swore we had... Huh. I guess not. I could have swore there was, It's in here. Oh, this is the texture thing. I don't want to do that. Oh, here. Nope. I think it's in this. Yep, right here. I found it. Tunnel entrances. Oh, that's cool. We can totally put some. We can make like do a highway out to one of these mountains and put like a tunnel. That's cool. Definitely do something like that. So here it is. Yeah, the parking lot right here. All right. So we want to. How are we gonna do this? Let's look at a reference here. See how there's parking here? They have parking on the side. Be over here. See if that will work. Something like see how big this is first. Okay. Let's just start the parking rate. I need to be a little bit bigger. Only thing is, isn't that parking center? Yeah. Might need to use that. That's not gonna work there. Oh, actually, we'll have to use that. Hold on. Man, this is like finessing right here. This is. You really gotta finesse this stuff. Actually, I think if we do that center thing, whoops. Damn it. I don't know how we're gonna do this now. Like this, we could put that. Okay. Something like that. But since we're next to the building, we'll need to do that other one. Yeah, something like this. Hold on, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, we'd have to do something like that. That up against. Something like that. I don't know what we're doing here, but that looks like that. What is... this is... Okay, this doesn't make any sense. Hold on, this isn't making sense to me. Do we have to do the center one? Like that? Bring this down a little. I don't know. Okay, this parking is a little more... I need a reference. Do they have... Okay, what is this pack? Broken vector. Who is broken vector? I don't remember when we even got this. Oops. Here, it's this one. I mean, that's freaking cool, man. God, this would be cool to do something like this, wouldn't it? Oh. We could totally do like, we could do this outside, you know? Broken vector has ceased business. Oh, wow. Now are free. So you can change the color scheme. Cool. I don't have any like... The virtual reality voxel art editor. Oh, that's cool. Like we could totally like build a city. Well, actually, that's not gonna work. But we could totally do like a tunnel or something. Do a body water with a bridge. That'd be pretty cool. We'd have to do it over here. Alright, we gotta figure out this. I wanted to see if they had any examples of how they had their parking lots. I want to see how they have it set up, but I don't see anything. June update. Okay. Let's just see what they got. Maybe they have like an example. That's cool. I think I was looking at Voxel or something. They don't have any examples here. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. Cliffs. Check that out. See if they have any parking lots here. Yeah, they don't have any. I don't see any parking lots. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So they have it like that. So basically, it's a big parking lot, and then you put that in them. Okay, got it. Let's see what else they have. Yeah, we should totally jump on some of these, man. If they're free, might as well.
It's
You
12
never
o'clock.
know when something like this can come up. Oh, got more here. Oh, they got low poly shaders as well. Cool. I wonder if you can tip them or something. Cool. Thank you, Broken Vector. Fast grid. This looks cool. Huh. Okay. All right, so we need to go back to that. Need that open right now. Cliff pack. I don't want that one. I want this one. We need that picture for reference. There. Okay. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So instead of doing it on the side, we'll need to do it back here. Okay. Start from scratch. Use that. So that will work out right here. We can do one right there. That will be Do they have a road going? Yes, they do have the road going. So this is where it's gonna get tricky. Is worry about that later. So parking lot 1, 2, 3. That would go around. Yes. Corners, edge, parking lot entrance. We need to scale this. Like 5. Plus 2. I'm thinking like the entrance could be here if we put a road here, which I was thinking about doing anyway. And then the parking lot could be, we could build it right here. Okay, we gotta look at this. Not use. And then it's using the keys. You like really have to think this out, man. Which is no problem. It's just like this set dressing, man. This is a lot of freaking work. You know, depending on how detailed you want to get here. I don't know if I'm going to use this one, but we'll see how it works. Out here. Yeah, this is. They're using the center. We're going to do one here. Rotate that. We'll do one parking lot. We need to make this bigger. Yeah, there we go. Much better. And I think we're going to have to these bigger. Yep, much better. Okay. I don't need as many of those. So then it looks like then you'd plug this in like that. Still doesn't. Right. That attached like that. Yes, they didn't use that. I can see why now. So basically, do something like that. That's a lot of parking. And then did they do like they did. Okay. Maybe those are too, these might be a little too big, I think. And then we'll bring that here. Bring those out. Not where they're going, but we just need to get this where we want it. Thinking do like we fit one more there. Kind of want it like in the square here. Match up. Oh, these might be too big. We're gonna need something like that. Problem is, I'm thinking we could do is bring this down a little bit. Dude, this is pretty, maybe we don't need two. Maybe we just need one. Yeah, bring these in like that. Duplicate this. I don't know. Wow, this is pretty intense for just a little parking lot. They should just give you one that's already created. But anyway. I should pull up. picture on iPad so I can keep reference. I, I guess that would work. It doesn't really matter because you're not going to see it anyway. All right. Work on here. I'm not. I don't want to do I don't want to do roads right now and all that stuff. That's too intensive. These are kind of cool. Like this. I didn't even know these were even in here. I guess we could do the same color. Yeah, we should probably do that. Make it look like it's one building with two entrances. Did I use any of these yet? I get too big a build. Oh, that's a little too big there. I just started thinking about trees, man. More trees. I think I want to put more trees on this side. You see, like when you put trees and stuff like that, you can block the view. You know, so you can't really see what's going on back there. Thinking about taking these buildings, pushing them back a little, um, and then maybe doing some stuff down there. I don't know yet. Gotta get creative with this stuff too. Okay, I forgot these stop signs. This can get very detailed very quickly. All right, let's just see how things look. I haven't even played the game yet. See how everything looks. Yeah, so Ben, if you're still there, like I changed some things around. We experimented with so many different player controllers. I think I'm just gonna stick with this. I might pull back a little bit, but I think this is fine. Change that so it's like actually a spotlight. I would like it to be a little bit more see-through, but I couldn't find out how to do that. So I would still need to adjust it a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna have to put some stuff in the background here. Yeah, like right in there. Okay, these need to be a little bit higher. Oh, God. Yeah, those need to be a little bit taller, I think. Just a tad. Um, We gotta make them trigger. Yeah, we gotta do something with the sidewalk and buildings. I don't know if we're even gonna be able to go down here. But as you can see, you can't see anything. That's the problem. If you do too many. And I can't, I was messing with this, and I need to get it so it's a little more transparent. But I do like, it looks like a beam now. It actually looks like a big spotlight, but it's just too bright. It needs to come down a little bit. Wave incoming can come up a little bit to the left. And we'll need to have a sound effect there. Okay. Like wave incoming, we need like a siren or something, some kind of like woo, woo. I think that'd be kind of cool. We did that. Oh man, it feels like when you start making progress, it's like, okay, great, we're making progress, and then it feels like then I'm not. Like then I hit these walls because I start doing things, and then I'm like, well, I should be doing this, and I don't. Wave alert needs to come over to the left. Up. That'd be okay. All right. Oh man, we gotta clean up all this. We'll clean that up. But yeah, as you can see now, yeah, see you can see some of the green here where I didn't paint it. It doesn't really matter. But I kind of like those green mountains. I kind of wish I would have kept it, but okay. But yeah, so now we have an actual, we're surrounded by mountains. It's cool. We're in our own little thing. Eventually there's going to be like a mothership up here. I'm debating if we should build out a bigger city. I don't want to though. I really don't. Definitely going to do a forest, I think. We might bring this forest up into here. I don't know yet. We'll see. Now we just got to start thinking about what we're going to do. We're getting a lot of buildings. We need to sprawl this out, fill up these gaps, fill up this stuff. But we got to make these, I think, a little bit bigger. What is 2? Because that's literally too small. Okay. Not too big though. Street lights as big as a freaking maybe 1.5. Yeah, I think 1.5 would be. Once we start getting, all the details in the downtown here, it's gonna start looking pretty. Just gotta I think we're gonna use the other roads. I don't know yet. That stuff is so tedious. Like I don't want to spend all that time right now. Like I don't think it. We need to start building out some of this player progression system. I don't know what I need to work on. I'm getting to the point where like I built a lot of the stuff out. Probably should put one more right here in the middle. Because based on the camera we have now, where we're gonna have our player bounds, we don't need to get so specific. Like these, we can leave those the same size. I think perspective. Oh, they look smaller because they're farther away. So I think that will be fine. We just leave those like that. So we might need to. Now I understand why video games take so damn long. When you're a one-man show. I wanted to. Hey, thanks for the follow. Hold on. I'm trying to. Purple X Bunny, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Sorry, I was trying to do something here. Oh, welcome. At that chat. That's that. Nobody's chatting, but test it real quick. Yep, there it is. I don't know if you could see that though. Hi, Purple Bunny. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I always forget I have all this stuff. All the rego. I can do all right. I'm good. How are you, fellow? I'm good. I wouldn't really. I guess you could say I'm a Unity developer. I'm a very beginner, very new. This is like one of my first like real things. I did some of the Unity, some of the tutorials and stuff. So we did like you do those basic things. When somebody's guiding you along, it's a little bit easier. So I've been on this journey, I would say, since about October-ish. Not this game, but just, game dev and you know what I mean, in general. I'm very new to it. Got this idea here. It's kind of a mix between kind of like a Vampire Survivors roguelike game where you're playing as an alien and the premise is you're basically abducting humans. That's basically it right now, and trying to build it, and figure out what to do. I would like to do progressions, but I just wanted something simple, and it's kind of scope creeps coming in, and you're kind of like, oh, I have this idea. Oh, I have this idea. So trying to manage that, Most of the systems are built. Like I can abduct things. A lot of this stuff is we need polish, and I'm not very good with the shader stuff yet, and then we need to make. Oh, cool, thank you. Yeah, I thought it was too. Like it just kind of came to me, and I was like, I like aliens. Not like I mean, I'm kind of into that kind of thing. Been for a long time, and I was watching two nerdy nerds on Twitch. They're building like this similar style, but theirs is like zombies, and the doc is trying to not kill them, but cure them. And then like this idea just kind of came to me. I was like, man, it'd be cool to do a game like that. Since I love aliens, think of like an abduction, and you're abducting people. You're not killing them. But I need to make a little bit more, stuff involved in that, like power ups and everything. So I'm still kind of trying to think that through. And I'm very prone to getting distracted, as you probably already see. So things just kind of happen. Right, to do something. Definitely need to put one here in the middle. But yeah, so we're just chugging along. I was laid off from my job back in March, hence while I'm streaming and doing this stuff. Hey, Bit, welcome back. So my idea for the town was, I'm a huge Back to the Future nerd, so I was like, let's base it kind of on Hill Valley, and then where I live, there's a very popular town square, and I'm using that as a basis as well. So I'm kind of using them for reference to build it. Now it's just kind of coming its own thing. At first, I was going to create all these buildings. I was going for more like a 1950s sci-fi vibe, and but then like I started thinking about it, like that's a lot of work for me to create. So I'm just using asset packs. But I wanted to make it very like 1950s specific and kind of that classic sci-fi kind of thing. But kind of changing it a little bit, just kind of building, seeing what happens. But the mechanics are all there, and all that stuff. So, can you see the chat? Put chat somewhere. Hey, Bit, how does the chat look on the screen? Can you see it? Or if Purple, you're still there? See if I can change stuff. Okay. Yeah, it should be like right above me on the screen. I just read a Reddit post and I'm like, I need to share. Someone asked, how direct do you need to be with the hint so men will get. Oh yeah, if someone responds, how. Do light sticks, yeah. Add some. That's very true. Yeah, us dudes can't take hints very well sometimes from women. I'm guilty as charged. But I don't really need to worry about it because I'm in really, all that stuff. But yeah, I was totally like that too when I was younger. I could never take when a chick was hitting on me, or I just always assumed, oh, she's just being nice. Or I think we're like more like, oh, well, it depends. Like some dudes have a lot of confidence. Um, I I wasn't one of them. I was like, oh yeah, they're not into me. Like, why would they be into me? Kind of thing. But that's very true. Yeah, this is coming together. I mean, slowly I get distracted, people come in here, we chat, and it was just fine. I prefer that. I like chatting with people. I like people sharing ideas. But we're really starting to build it now. I mean, the town's really starting to come together. And like I said, I think the way we have this set up, the camera view I'm still working on. I think we're just going to go with it for now. But most of the play area is just gonna be right here. I mean, this is it. So worrying about building all this stuff out, we can just put stuff in the background to make it look like it. But this is pretty much the play area right now. It might expand a little bit. I'm not sure yet. Um, but yeah, we're gonna put stoplights in. Well, the roads. Don't know if these are gonna be the final roads. We got to put some trees in. We got to decorate the square here. Um, but it's coming along. I'm kind of wanting to do something with these buildings. Maybe put trees down the line or something. Not sure yet. We're trying to work on a parking lot here, and man, that was just a little too much for me today. This is the square I live by. Right, right, yeah, I agree. But yeah, if you go word for word. So this was kind of my reference for the city hall. Surprised none of these low poly packs have any like statues or anything. I would, yeah. See, this is the road No, these aren't the roads I'm using. Thinking I might switch to these ones. No, not this one. It was a different pack that I got. Where is it? Oh, right here, I think. Because these ones actually have sidewalks, and I can utilize some of this for these buildings that have stairs and. I didn't know that they have signs in here. Nice. Yeah, we could totally use some of this stuff. This is just getting too. You know what I mean? It's getting too deep right now for me, and I don't want to spend all this time right now. That's something I could do later. Yeah, and put some light sticks, some flares, some loudspeakers. I don't know, maybe lure me in with storms and then say word for word your intentions. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think us as men, we're a little more direct, I think, sometimes. And even sometimes women don't know we are, they can't pick up when we are. But yeah, it will just, like I said, it's a confidence thing. Some dudes are very confident. I'm not one normally. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to pick the subtle hits, I guess, sometimes. Or you misread it. Like sometimes you think, oh, they are, but they're not. Because women are weird about that sometimes. They like to play games. Sometimes. Yeah, here they are. These sidewalks. I think I want to use these. I wonder if I can use those on them. No. Yeah, because it has these dips that we'll definitely need to use for some of these buildings. Here's the roads. Yeah, these are the roads. I like these better. All right, so there's the path. Um, Gonna, I want, don't want the ones with the grass. I want the actual grass. We have this tile grass in here. Um, I don't know, man. I don't really like it. I would like to do like a like 3D grass, like it's actually coming out of the ground, but I don't know how to do that. And I think it's like shader stuff, and I'm not really good at that stuff. Purple Bunny, are you still here? What kind of game are you working on? Okay, you need terrain to add grass. Yeah, see, I was watching a couple videos on YouTube, and man, like some of it, like the problem is like some of the videos are older and like things have changed since then. Why do I have two ground? Oops, I duplicate. So I do have the ground, the terrain collider. Yeah, like I said, I'm still learning all this stuff. You know, they don't go into this stuff in any of those tutorials that I did. I know you can paint it. You can paint terrain, which I did paint those trees, as you see. I need to fix that, but um, let's see. Okay, maybe something like that. I tried to paint like a texture, and I don't know. I didn't like it, but I did the trees. Yeah, here's the detail here. So this is the one I'm using. I'm so oblivious to hints. I can get a spicy pick on. Oh my, yeah, right. Okay, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like when they went to Unity 6, things change, and that's the thing I've noticed. Like Unity likes to change things all the time. So you'll watch a tutorial, and it's like, okay, I don't have these settings. How do what? Um, so you were making a forest game? Cool. Did you ever finish it? Or I'm guessing you did finish it. Do, 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 do. Man, it's almost past lunch. I made 3 games in 2020 and 2021. Now I'm. Oh, you're on a freaking long break. I get it. All horror games, cool. Anyways, I have a TV on my workbench, and it has a bit of a weird symptom. Works, and after some time, the display shuts down. But oh, that's weird. Maybe. What kind of monitor is it? Is it an old school one? Could be like the tube. If is a tube in there, it could be going out. Yeah, like a horror game would be really cool. You can do a lot of cool stuff with that. I have two other game ideas. So when I first started, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a 2D platformer, pixel art. So I started kind of doing the systems. I was prototyping the systems out. Kind of got some pretty cool thing. Got some of the mechanics working. All the things I wanted to do. Oh, it's modern LCD. Yeah, probably. Um, and then I got into the pixel art, and I just did a prototype. Like I didn't do any level design. I just kind of did the basic things that I wanted to do in the game, this 2D game. And then I started noticing, I was like, man, this is way above where I'm at right now, what I should be focusing on. So I got into the pixel art. I was like, I got like really cool pixel art characters, but then when it came to animation of pixel art, I was like, oh my God, this is going to take me forever. And then I stopped working on the prototype. So I kind of got discouraged for doing game stuff, you know. And then, like I said, this kind of came to me, and I heard a couple people talk about do some low poly stuff. Okay, and I want to learn Blender, but like I said, I'm saving that for later because I have to do the player character. This isn't obviously going to be the main. This isn't the character, but I'm going to do a, you know, so I can learn Blender a little bit. And that's the thing. I'm just in that learning phase. Everything's learning, and it's like, and like I said, like I dealt with the pixel art thing, and it's like I don't want to do that and then spend 6 months learning Blender and the game's not being built, or you know what I mean. So that's kind of why I'm just working on this. And not going right to the art. Because we always want to go to the art, and like I said, I'll spend way too much time on that. Wonder if I can fit a building in there. This actually looks way better. Were they yeah, I was learning Blender, but more about animations that making models. I don't care about making my own models. Yeah. That's where I got on this game. I was like, "Oh yeah," because I was going for this very like specific kind of vibe. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to make all the buildings and have that 50s vibe." And then I started doing it. And I'm like, "You know what? Let's just make the game. You know, we don't that's too specific right now. If I had a team or a 3D artist, like we can do that." But, you know, I said, "Nope." So I'm using asset packs and we're just going to make it work at this point. It's a lot of work, man. Just like if you're doing this all yourself, like it's man, I see why games take forever. Um it's a lot of work, especially when you're trying to do it all yourself and learn at the same time. Yeah, what I think is happening in the back. Oh yeah, may probably. Maybe the black or the backlight might be going out, man. Sometimes those things just, you know, they just randomly go out. Yep. It's cool. I mean, like doing everything yourself, but sometimes you just gotta learn, like, you know, okay, this is out of my thing. You know, I gotta find somebody. But like I said, for me, this is just a project for me right now. I have no expectations. It's more of a learning curve. If people start to dig it, it starts to come together. Great. I don't expect much, being as this is a first project, you know. Hey, if I'm going to sell it, great. I don't know. I don't know at this point, you know. But if it really comes together, maybe. But it's just something to do and something to learn. But I did all the systems, and you know, I did all that, and like it's a working game. I mean, it needs to be finessed, obviously. It, you know, it needs to be tightened up, programmed a little. You know, some things need to be tightened up, and timers. Like doing this UI right here took forever to get it to what I wanted it to do. So like the timer goes, and when it's 10 seconds, then wave incoming comes on screen, and then wave changes. And I messed with this freaking player movement controller. Oh my god! First we had it isometric, which was cool, but then the buildings were clipping, and it was like, I don't want to do that. Um, I gotta, get the AI a little bit better. And then I had third person camera view, which was great. But then I settled on this because I started doing all these mountains. I was like, oh, we can't see it. We wasted all this time. So I think this will work. Might need to pull it back a little. I don't know. But we got it to where it's, very simple. See that shader? I need to work on the shader. I want to get it to where it's a little more transparent so you can see through it. I had it, but then I started experimenting with it and I can't get it back. But I did that shader. It's like one of my first shaders I ever did. It needs some work. But it works, it works for what it's supposed to be, the mothership beam, so. But I don't know. I don't know what I need to do to fix that. Here it is right here. Oh. So this is the shader I built. I think it's the colors or something needs to be changed. Or I did something. But yeah, this took me forever, and I used ChatGPT, and I was like lost half the time. I tried watching some, so I watched some YouTube videos, and like when they do it, it makes sense. But I don't know. It just actually, I wonder if I changed that. I don't want to break stuff. That's what happened. I broke it. I had it where I kind of wanted it. It was see through. I could see it, and it was okay. And then I started monkeying with the things, and yeah, I got to there. But I like it because it looks like a light, but I think it still needs to be see through. Yeah, right here. I was working through this thing. I changed it to like 1, but I don't think that works. Yeah, that's okay, Purple. It's you never know. Some people know things, and you're just like, oh yeah, do this, and it's like, oh, that's all you had to do. But yeah, shaders are like that's a little bit better, but it looks too weird, Like it's kind of transparent. We're at 5. Yeah, see, and then once I start going up there, I bet you might even be this. Think about it. It'd just be nice if it was a little more transparent, that's all. But it works. As you can hear that cheesy sound effect. Which is not final, it's just something I had ChatGPT create. I need to get some lunch. No, in almost 3 hours, wow. Yeah, shaders are like I said, I watched a couple videos and like they made it look so easy, and it's just like when you get in there, you're like, oh my god, like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, it's just too much. I'm not focusing on that. Like I got what I got. We'll polish that later. Let's see what gotta figure something out over here. Like I'm sure I'm building this completely wrong. There's probably things wrong all over the place. But that's how we learn. That's how things happen. It really doesn't matter much about these buildings. We're down like this. That's the camera view, as you can see. That's fine. We just need to fill these gaps right in. Hmm. Oh, man. Oh, I think I might call it day today. I don't really want to end stream, but it's already, we're on 3 hours. I mean, I normally stream about 3 or 4 hours. Just need to eat. I actually have to run a quick errand. And I need to get lunch. Make lunch. Oh, I appreciate that, Purple. It'll be tomorrow. I try, like I said, I lost my job last month, so basically I'm a free agent, just trying to build this stuff, work on things. My whole idea of the stream is just kind of like a kind of like a office cam, like things that I do. Because some days I pick up the guitar and jam out and stuff. It'll be tomorrow, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. I try to stream Monday through Friday, 10 to 10 to 4 is usually the time that I have allotted. Some days it might be a little later if I have like an interview or if I have to do something, you know. But I appreciate the follow. And yeah, I hope to see you tomorrow and talk. It's always fun to meet other people and share ideas and you know. Bits comes in here once in a while. He's usually working on stuff and he'll just have me on in the background, but he'll chime in. I have a couple other friends that come in when they can. I used to stream back in like 2018, I used to stream like more video game centric stuff, but I kind of want to I've
It's 1
envisioned
o'clock.
like I want to do more than just video games. Like I want to build video games. I want to like work on music some days. You know, just kind of be more variety, kind of just show what I'm into. So, said I am a musician. I was working on a song on Saturday actually. We could work on that tomorrow, but I'm trying to be disciplined, you know? I'm like, nope, I've set out on this video game and we're going to complete it. Because sometimes I'm one of those people that will start things and don't finish them. And I do that all the time. Because I get distracted to something, a new shiny object. You know, I'm one of those people that, like, if I hit that, like, I'm not getting that, you know, that excitement from something, I'll just drop it and move on to something else that gets me excited. So I'm trying to be very disciplined with this and just work through it. And you know, if I have to take a break, like you're taking a break from game development, which is very healthy. Um, so I do the same, you know. So Saturday night, I was with a couple friends, and we were playing. I streamed on Saturday night playing. We would start with Baldur's Gate 3, and that was just too much for at the time. And then we jumped into Fortnite. Yeah, your third game you made in 2021 is still like an early alpha, but I never. Yeah, that's how I am. But you'll get something, you'll have an idea, and then it'll spark, and then boom, you'll be back in there, you know, working on it. So it's always cool. Yeah, this is just early prototyping and seeing if it's gonna work, trying to figure it out. Um, you know, like if people get interested in it, I'll keep rolling through it. If I it would be great if I got people to help me with it. You know, I like working with people and finding new ideas and learning and but like I said, I have like real no expectations for this. It's more of a learning thing for me. But people come in here, you know, they'll jump in and they're like, "Oh man, that's a cool idea." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. So let's keep going." I just feel like I don't have the ability to to create the vision I have in my head. You know what I mean? I don't have the skills yet. Like, this could be a really cool thing if I have the right people, or if I know what I'm doing. But, it's fun. But I appreciate you coming in here and chatting. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about like some days maybe just like doing some video game stuff, playing some video games, just to kind of mix it up. Because when you stream every day, you know, for 3, 4 hours a day, it gets tedious after a while. But like I'm basically just streaming to keep me honest, to keep me working. Because I would, if I'm on my computer doing stuff, I'm gonna be doing it anyway. I might as well have Twitch up. So that's kind of my reasoning behind it. And I like streaming. I like meeting new people. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Usually 10 Eastern. Sometimes it's 10:30, 11. Just depends if I have things that come up during the morning. Um, but yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. But it was good to meet you, Purple. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. And thanks to the Bit for a bit hanging out and chatting as well. Appreciate it. All right, bye. Take care, everybody.